Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of Mondays at Microsoft, where we break down the next 2 weeks across the Microsoft world for you with a special focus on modern work, AI, Power Platform, community events, and all the good things that are happening. I'm Caruana Gatima. I'm the director of the Microsoft 365 Customer Advocacy Group, and I am joined by my awesome partner in crime, Heather.
Hey, hi, Caruana. Hello, everybody. I am Heather, Principal Community Evangelist for the Microsoft 365 Customer Advocacy Group, and happy to be with you too. Yay!
So exciting. So if you're watching on LinkedIn, you're going to get your links as we discuss topics, and on YouTube and on the Microsoft Tech community, we put them into our blog post after the fact. So excited about that. We also have a new home for our whole show so that you can go and get an ICS file that you can put in your calendar and remind yourself of when we're going to be on air. That AKA Mondays at Microsoft is available. So go check that out and share it with your friends so that everybody can get the fun of these shows.
In your calendar. Put us in your calendar, please.
Yes, please do. Please do it. Have all of your friends do it because they can watch us from anywhere. It's been a pretty big, Heather, we always talk about this, the pace of change. It continues, but in amongst everything else, it's really important to own your own future. And Microsoft never takes any positions as a company on any kind of upcoming elections. But what we do is partner with amazing creative solutions that are out there so that you can understand what's really on the ballot, especially in the United States in this upcoming election. Our partner TurboVote has an excellent tool. I ran across this the other day, and you can put in where you are by zip code, and it will tell you everything about what's on the ballot in your local area. Because there's initiatives, there's local elections, there's the school board things that are going on, maybe judges, all of that. Like there's so much happening at the local level. And that's really where the impact of government is felt, is at that local level. So however you choose to go, make sure you're participating and get educated, make sure you're registered, have a voting plan, check out this site so you know everything that's going on, because this is what is going to impact your future, and making sure you get a chance to participate is important. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew about this fantastic site. I just think, plus it's fun. I love their design and it's great. So, well, there's that going on.
One more thing about it too.
Of course you can, of course.
One other thing, y'all, so something to think about too is if you're voting absentee or mail-in, here's the other thing. Make a plan potentially to vote that first day. Get it done if you can. The reason is one, it takes you off the list of people to call and text and bug about voting. You get the noise in your life, right? So you get it done. Then you can also track your ballot, make sure it's being counted, right? So you see it go through, because you can do that everywhere. And the other thing is that it tells us early signs of voting, right? So you get your vote in and we see that surge of early voting as well. So get yourself off those lists that make your noise in your life better, track your ballot, and then also you get to see the results a little bit quicker on some of these things too, which is something that's really important in all elections, but especially this one. So a couple other things. So
absolutely. Thank you. It's so important. I love my mail-in ballot. I think it's super convenient, and I always wait by the mailbox and fill it in and send it off. And I never even thought about the whole texting bank list thing, which I will admit is pretty intense right now here. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's always good to participate in the process, right? I mean, that's the thing I really want people to take away from this is just own your narrative, own your future, own your voice, whether it's in your career or in the world in general.
Yep, 100%. So, in case you missed it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Microsoft 365, CoPilot Wave 2. Did you all see Satya and Jared talking about the amazing new set of innovations that we're releasing? If you didn't, you can still catch that replay on LinkedIn. It's a quick 30 minutes to get it directly from the leadership of our company. And we're going to recap some of it for you right here, but that's a great reference point. So many things are happening in this space, and we are launching this next wave of Microsoft 365 Copilot, bringing together web and work and something called Pages as a new design system for knowledge work and knowledge workers. Copilot Pages are a dynamic and persistent canvas designed for what we like to call multiplayer AI collaboration. Ding, ding, ding. That's a new phrase. Put that on your bingo card. See how many times I say it over the next few months. And it's the first new digital artifact for the AI age. We're also rapidly improving Copilot and Microsoft 365 apps. And we're using your feedback for this as well. So don't think that your feedback is going into some black hole. We are reading that feedback diligently. We're making further investments and making changes based on it. Customers tell us that Copilot and Microsoft Teams has changed their meeting forever. You will notice it's Microsoft 365 Copilot now, as we've changed the name and the identifier of the product as well. But it's the number one place that they're seeing value is using these AI capabilities in their Teams meetings. And third, and this is for all of my friends, whether you're a low code or pro code developer out there, we're introducing Copilot agents. And agents make it easier and faster than ever to automate and execute business processes on your behalf, and it will scale your team, right? These agents are where your creativity and the power of this technology are going to come together to land business value. Because at the end of the day, that's what all this is for, right? AI is here to help us have time to make better human connections, to do higher value work, and to automate many of those processes so that we don't have to keep doing them. And we're going to come up with so many more creative ideas. I know all of you definitely will. So we've updated also, so you'll be ready for all of this. You know that our team delivers adoption.microsoft.com and the main Copilot hub. We've updated all of our host of enablement documentation. So the technical readiness guide for these capabilities, our user enablement tools. We have a new get started with Copilot and Microsoft Excel guide as well. And a lot of other things that we've done to our scenario library. You have to go check out the scenario library, please, because we've included videos and downloadable content and more videos and more scenarios so that you can get inspiration about how Microsoft 365 Copilot can actually impact your business. Sometimes it's hard to think about how you connect the technology to what you're actually doing every day. And we've got that some inspiration for you in the scenario library. Huge shout out to the team and all the people across Microsoft who not only deliver the features, but worked on delivering this content and simultaneously shipped it with the new announcements. You can always see more about this on our Microsoft 365 roadmap. But this is just a fantastic step forward as we watch this whole new segment mature in front of our eyes. To make the most of that, there's another announcement that you're going to want to know about, and that is you're going to need devices that can bring the power of all these AI scenarios to life. And enter the Qualcomm-powered Surface Pro 11 and Surface Laptop 7th edition, and they're now available. Businesses are going to be able to select the device that works specifically for the types of business users that you have. And then plus, we're also going to land a new 5G model of the Surface Pro later this month. So go take a look at those Surface devices. You need a great, powerful computer to be able to work in these things, in these experiences, especially if you're doing some Copilot Studio development work or something like that. And plus, they're fun and beautiful. I love my studio laptop. I think it's a wonderful device. It serves me well in all the crazy stuff that we do here. So yeah, just super exciting to have those devices now become available. And where are we going to talk about all this, Heather? We're going to talk about this at
Chicago. We're going to Ignite, one of my hometowns. So I love it. Gonna definitely have some Lou Malnati's pizza while we're there, all that stuff. However, the big thing, so everybody, Ignite Chicago, coming up in November. My goodness, that show, and I believe the in-person is now sold out. It went really fast. Did you hear that, Carolina? Yeah, very,
No,
very.
I didn't know it was already sold out. My goodness. Well,
Yeah,
people like to be together and people like to come back
yeah,
to these tech shows, but never fear, we will deliver. I get another opportunity to host it this year with a whole
yeah,
bunch of other talented people, and we'll deliver you a fantastic online experience as well. So if
yeah.
you're not going to be there, and of course, we have these other events that will come after that as well, where you get to hear
Yeah.
all the good stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. And at the Ignite, for those of you who don't know about Ignite, it goes across all of our products, all of our cloud solution areas, right? So they will all be there in some
Right.
format. There will be sessions. Obviously, Satya is going to have a keynote, lots of vision and roadmap and future and all of that goodness. And then each team has its own presentations that they're bringing to the table in the form of breakout sessions. There's also theater sessions. There's going to be, there's Ask the Experts. We're working on a community lounge hub space as well. That's going to be awesome. And we've got all this great stuff. And I think one of the big other things to point out, and this is such a big thing that we've been talking about, and Microsoft, we always talk about, is building a security first culture and doing that with AI. Right. So there's going to be a ton of information. Microsoft security leaders are coming. You can come network with other security professionals, partners, tech enthusiasts, all levels for interactive labs, workshops, all of those breakouts, demos, and all of that stuff. So, if you're focused on security, hopefully you got a ticket. And also, if you didn't, make sure you're tuning in, because there's definitely going to be a big focus on that security first culture with AI coming at you from Ignite. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So general passes are sold out. And then actually there is limited time security professionals can use an RSVP code, ATTNLIYL. We'll put that up in the notes to purchase a pass while supplies last, specifically focused for security. So we'll get that in the show notes as well. But you can definitely go to the blog on this announcement and use that code to see if you can get yourself a pass, which is cool. Also, so this has been out for a while. We have a Microsoft CoPilot community on LinkedIn. There's been a LinkedIn group for a while, and it's been growing slowly since we announced CoPilot first. But what's really cool is that David Wilhelm, who's one of our Microsoft Global Community Initiative regional leaders and a person who's been doing event production in the SharePoint and M365 space for, decades. He helped start that account. And so we're working with him and our marketing team to continue to do this work that we do, where we have great ideas come out of our community, and then we work together on how we all support each other with them. So we've got a new team. Jamal on our marketing team is working, and David's on there as well. But you'll see a lot of content. We have our Microsoft community LinkedIn account that you're all on, and that's where we started the show, right? So now there's a Microsoft CoPilot community specifically for announcements and information coming out from there. So, but a big thank you to David, and we're looking to continue to partner with him and all of you in that community space going forward. It's going to be super cool. So, yay. And I think we got more product on the Microsoft 365 side. So, Caruana, take us away. So
we do have more product. And I also want to give a shout out to Virginia Bryant, who joined us in our last show. In case you missed that, for those of you who are also thinking about security, as Heather was just discussing, she gave a great kind of overview of some of the foundational elements and resources that we have to help you in your security journey. You can catch that show on demand. She's going to come back and be a guest host on the show every month and keep us up to date on everything that's happening in the security space. So go check out the last show as you get ready for everything that we're doing at Microsoft Ignite and what's coming. And don't ever think that all we think about are the largest companies in the world. While we do support the largest companies in the world and governments and things of that nature, we're also thinking about small business and medium-sized businesses. That's where so much innovation is really happening, especially in the AI space. You can take ICG. This is a startup construction firm, and they're using CoPilot to write their customer proposals 6 times faster. Now that's a real change to their business, and that's why I'm so excited about these things that are happening in small to medium business, because, it's time for us to have a little bit of a different narrative around the way we think about AI and Copilot capabilities. Of course, it's bringing productivity and increasing productivity in the space, but the creativity and the business growth you can drive with it is where it's really at. And so ICG is seeing that PKSHA is a software development firm, and they're telling us that CoPilot is helping their customer success team. And they're reducing time spent on data analysis by 75%. So if you're a customer success person in any kind of organization, being able to understand and get insights about that customer's journey is so important, and CoPilot can help you there. So we have a list of these CoPilot enhancements to help small and medium-sized businesses innovate. And you can find that at this ak.ms CoPilot Enhancements SMB. We have a blog post about it. And we also have a community that is just for small to medium businesses. Tiffany Lee on my team is the community lead there. And we're really passionate about making sure that our content and our products really help in this space. So stay tuned for more content updates, our checklist for success series that's coming out in SMB that Tiffany's been leading. And, there's just so much that's happening there. I think we're going to learn a lot. All of us are going to learn a lot by what happens in small, medium business. But learning is nothing without communication. So I'm excited to talk about Microsoft Teams bi-directional language support. Interpreters can now switch translating between two languages with the click of a button. You don't need an extra device, just a seamless transition with one interpreter. And there's a blog on this where you can learn more all about it. I mean, the translation capabilities in Microsoft Teams, I feel are a game changer, especially if you are a larger organization and you're dealing with folks around the globe. And here's a news flash: small to medium businesses do this as well, because the scope of your reach may be quite large, and it's inclusive to make sure that you can make those translations. So it's now available for language interpretation in Microsoft Teams. So go and check that out, and again, give us your feedback so we can keep improving those features. Now I think we're going to talk, Heather, about business applications and Dynamics and Fabric. Where are you? Well, you're just now back, but where were you, perchance? Just a few.
Yes, I'm on what we call, I think, an event turnaround, if you will.
Yes.
I got to dip into the Power Platform Conference in Las Vegas, which was awesome, and big hearts and everybody over there. That it's kind of, anytime you get to start something that was your project from the beginning. The first two Power Platform conferences were with me and my team. Then I was over there, and obviously y'all know I've moved to M365 on Caruana's team, so it was cool to go. We were doing a site visit actually for our M365 community conference that will be in May, right around May the 4th. Be with you 2025. So went to go check that out. And, our president of collaborative apps, Jeff Teeper, had a keynote there after Charles, and in between Kim Manis from the Fabric team. So that was all awesome. So I got to go see all of that and say hi to people and, be a part of the community, because community is community, right? All of us together. So yeah, it was very cool. Lots of really cool announcements, a lot of, doubling down on the announcements that Satya and Jared made on Monday, and just kind of giving those some more space, and being able to show some demos. And so Charles and the rest of the team unveiled more about CoPilot agents built with CoPilot Studio, supercharging your business. There was generating a plan with CoPilot and Power Apps that was super cool. That's in limited preview. That helps users generate detailed plans for their Power Apps projects, getting better planning and execution and all of that. GitHub Copilot and Power Pages, say that 5 times fast, is now in public preview. So basically, pro devs using GitHub Copilot Chat in Microsoft Visual Studio can leverage Power Pages agents for a page-specific coding assistance. So you got pro code and low code and development all moving together into the future of AI. Super cool stuff. And then all of that, the Copilot agents is just something I'm so excited about personally. I was sitting next to our logistics manager. I was like, we're going to do this for the show, like pulling in our knowledge and different things to actually, really boost productivity by automating tasks and retrieving information quickly. And, having that integrated with Microsoft 365 Copilot, enhancing workflows, connecting to the knowledge that you have in data sources. And I mean, I just like so excited. And they actually showed one that said it was saying, it was about events, which got me really excited. So all of that was there. And, Jeff Teeper was talking about, showing that particular demo with folks from the team. So, it was like, what's the fastest way to build your own agent? Go to a good SharePoint site, choose the files, create CoPilot agent, jam the agent into your workflows, and you're rocking. Like it was like, so it was amazing. And a big shout out also, Kim Monis, who is the lead over there for product development for Power BI and Fabric, and Patrick LeBlanc, who most of you know from Guys Who Code, Guys in Cube, actually, their podcast. They did an awesome demo where it was like they were up on their feet, back and forth, tossing. It was like watching like an awesome tennis match. Like it was so cool. So yeah, it was just really exciting, and lots of blogs about all of this stuff. A use case list came out in a blog from Charles Lamana, corporate president, vice president of Power Platform, about a bunch of businesses talking about mining trucks and a chatbot for business travel, from mail rooms, supporting parents and children with autism, fashion, new technologies from the runway to building with low code. So great, really cool stories. And I think that's something I think people have been asking for, and that we're really concentrating on in building these narratives for our events. Caroline and I have been talking about this a lot, about, like we're giving you all, we've got all this great adoption material, right? We've got all this great user enablement material, and that's awesome. And we need that. And that's the things that you can pluck out and take and use and make your own. And then also really starting to look for these stories, right? I think that's coming from Jared Spataro and our marketing team, of like, what are these customer stories? What are these, real world scenarios? How are people doing this stuff? And you're going to see a lot more of that coming out, just in blog format, in video format, and in the narrative of our event. So I'm really excited about working on that, going forward, both like thinking about Ignite, and then also thinking about, for us, European SharePoint conference in Stockholm in Sweden, and then coming around for May, about what we're going to be able to talk about then with all of this stuff after people have really gotten a chance, like about 6 months, to use it, right? So super exciting. And I said I was on an event turnaround, right? I'm going to Sweden this next week, again, to be a speaker, but also to site visit for our event coming up. But, this is the first Microsoft European FabCon community conference. So the 24th to the 27th in Stockholm. So tons of keynotes, CVP Arun Ulag and Kim Monis, Amir Netz, Wangui McKelvey, who is the GM of Azure Data Analytics, are all going to be there doing keynotes. So you can follow all of those announcements in their community space and up on their blogs as well. So it's going to be awesome. And I'm super excited to go. So lots and lots going on, dipping back into like the community and events overall. Just had a great time like talking to our community, obviously, at all of these conferences, and then the global community initiative that is behind all of these things, working with folks on their community days events at communitydays.org. This is what happened in September. We went over a lot of these, and there's a couple coming up this weekend. Big shout out to Collab Days Portugal, who has their event tomorrow, and Bruges just had theirs a couple days ago here. So just tons of stuff going on. LA was super fun in my neighborhood and backyard. So shout out to all my people there. We've got a ton of stuff coming up in both September and October. There's tons, as you can see, all over the world going on. Tunisia, Argentina, we've got the UK. There's a couple of virtual events. We've got Atlanta and Cambridge. Memphis, Tennessee is another community days put on by one of our MGCI board members, Daniel Glenn. Montpellier, Ottawa, Coimbatore in India. So just tons and tons of, these are the free ones, right? These are the free community-led events coming up. And then we have some paid events coming up as well. Like I said, FabCon is coming up next. We've got Experts Live that's also coming up. And then Community Summit North America, which is in San Antonio, Texas. That one is coming up soon as well. So lots and lots of stuff coming on. In the next Mondays at Microsoft, to fit what's going on in October, I think we may need 3 slides for that one, because events are on, folks, for sure. And I know, Caruana, you're going to some things coming up here as well. Do you want to talk about AI Tour for a smidge?
Absolutely. Well, the AI Tour is being delivered by Microsoft all around the world. AItour.microsoft.com. These events are fantastic because it allows the local people in different areas to come and speak so you can get to know some of the local Microsoft experts. There'll be community there. I get to go on some of the tour stops. I am leaving on Sunday to go to Mexico City where the tour kicks off, and I'll get to be in London and Tokyo and other places, but my whole team is going to be there at different stops around the world. And there's so many of these that are happening. And it's really about, bringing that scenario library to life, much like Charles Lamanna's post and his new scenarios. Like, how do we not only make you technically ready, but have you think about your business in a different way, right? Have you think about workforce transformation, empowering knowledge and frontline workers in your organization to use AI in smart ways. So, again, I think we've said the word excited 1,000 times in this show, but I am excited. And, I'm excited because this is meaningful, right? This can really do something for you, your business, and your career. Don't forget, this is a huge career moment for all of us in tech. Like, lean into these tools, lean into these scenarios. This stuff is free for the taking. And I feel like that it's really important for you to integrate this kind of understanding in with your existing career work that you do, no matter what side of the technology bubble you might be on. We're all technologists in the rise of AI here, and really thinking about ways that it's going to impact us. So the AI tour is here, and it will continue over the course of many months. And I'm excited to come to hopefully a city near you, plus go to our wonderful community produced events and the community days that are happening. It's just a fantastic way to get plugged into the community. So you're doing this journey with other people, right? You don't have to go alone, right? This is a journey that we're all going on together. That's what the community and these events are for. And if you can't get to a large one like Microsoft Ignite, you can find one of these awesome community days events that are happening locally in so many cities around the world, or join us at an AI tour stop. So either way, it's going to be exciting, but we want you to find your folks, right? Get connected, make sure you're thinking about how this impacts your career. And if you have a question and you can't get to any of that, you come to our online forums and we'll help you there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get to go to Paris and Berlin in a few weeks. I'm super excited about that, and probably New York City. So yeah, these are going to be great. And I was talking to some folks on site, and I said, what do you need? What are we doing that or what are we not doing? And so we talked a little bit about that in a little get together for MGCI, and a couple of things. So we're launching, the segment that we do about community events that's on here, our wonderful producers, Aaron and Daniel, we're going to take that and do a snippet of that, and we're going to do a short that we're going to put on the community learning YouTube so that you have that as well. So that's like a segment from this that's going to go up there so that you can find that too, and maybe reshare that about what's going on. So also, so Caruana did one of these in Community Days, New York City, and I just filmed one in LA, interviewing our organizers and talking to people about how it is to put on these shows. It's a lot of work, okay? Yeah. And so celebrating them and making sure that, they're really, we can see who they are and we can thank them and all of that. So Caruana, that was awesome. You did that in New York. I did one in LA. I'm probably going to go back and do one in Chicago.
Right.
But yeah, like why
These
not?
volunteers are so special. These volunteers are a special part of the community. Huge shout out to the work that they do, but they also have a lot of fun. And that's why I always say, whatever you do, even if you don't want to be a speaker, getting involved in doing a local event lets you meet people. All help is welcome, whether it's setting up tables and chairs or helping with registration or posting some stuff on social. And you get to meet people and expand your work network and have a good time along the way.
Yeah. And so you organizers out there and other folks, during your events, if you want to do a video, we can't be there because we can't be everywhere, unfortunately, although we try. But shoot a video with your folks. Use these wonderful things. Shoot a video with everybody. Send it to us to this link here. Go to the aka.ms WAC community social and put it in. Put your link there. We will put it up on the Learning Channel. Afterwards, give us a little bit of time afterwards, but we'll get that up, and we'd love to share the goodness from you. Don't make it an hour, but Do something, you know,
Short is
but
good. Short is good.
yeah,
Absolutely. Have some
yeah,
good lighting. Check your audio. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited to make sure, excited again. This is going to become a drinking game, Heather. I am very thrilled to have those videos come in from our organizers around the
Yeah,
world because, you know,
absolutely.
we want to make sure that everybody gets their moment, but also gets to know these people who are doing such important work throughout our community. It's really wonderful. And
Absolutely.
that was a lot of stuff, and we did it.
I know, we
But
did it. Oh, one last thing too. Calls for content. Somebody said to me, "Hey, you know what's hard to find? The calls for content." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "They're all on individual pages and all that stuff." So I'm gonna ruminate on that one, and we're gonna figure out if we can do like a list or something that we put out, so we share that a little in a little bit better way, so that you can see kind of all the calls for content, because those are really important. There's a few open right now I know of, that and they do them 6 to 3 months out, depending on the event. If it's a bigger event, it's further out. Like there's some open right now, and like the community is maybe a little shorter, maybe 3 months or so like that. But still, but you can find all of that on communitydays.org, but they're on the individual pages, right? So Pramissimo, we will look for another way to put those up somewhere that it's easy to pick those up and just look at the dates, and maybe we'll put them in the calendar. We'll figure it out. But coming soon, I promise you we'll get that done. So it'll be awesome.
thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to be back with you in early October. Don't forget to check and share and subscribe and keep joining us at Mondays at Microsoft. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. See you soon. Thank you, Caruana. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.